Hi everybody, I'm going to read you a bit of my book Seaglass. Now Seaglass is a scary ghost story, but I'm not going to read you a very scary bit. I'm going to read you a bit where Lark, the main character, is on the beach with her sister Snow and they have their dog Sherlock with them. Here we go, and then I'll give you an activity which I think you will enjoy. There's a fog coming in. I do my best impression of a pirate. It isn't good. Add bad acting to the list of things that run in the family. Snow sits up to look at the far-off wisps, dismisses them, and goes back to making her sand angel. Dad warned us about every possible danger on the way here, and about 17 hours into his warnings, after quicksand and ticks, he got to the dangers of a sea fog. It doesn't look all that dangerous to me. Just a drifting wall of white a long way off. It's beautiful, like a cloud that's come down for a drink. Snow stops her angel, then starts again with a shrug, accidentally giving it shoulders on its wings. I laugh and then haul myself up. Race you! I dash headlong for the sea, yanking my boots off at the tide's edge and shoving my socks inside them, only rolling my jeans up once they are already soaked at the hems. Ah, it's freezing! Snow, come on, you coward! I kick up crystal chandeliers and she tucks the ends of her dress into her pants and paddles out to kick some back. The waves are dead calm now and the wind has disappeared, so I don't need to worry about her. Sherlock patrols the shadows, moving his head on a wonk from side to side, as if he's trying to make sense of us. It's hilarious. Snow rushes up and tickles his scruff in the way he loves, then tiptoes along the sea's lacy edge. I follow, shoving my feet into my boots, with sand still all over my toes. My jeans stick to my legs and make them itch, but it's worth it for that glorious feeling of freedom. Come on, let's look over here. Scanning the beach, I can only see one random dog walker just leaving the other side. It's the perfect opportunity to investigate the lie of the land before Mam's friends arrive and we lose the upper hand. The fog has wiped out the view of the town, which means it's coming closer. I can't see the cliffs on the one side of the bay anymore. I'm surprised by how much it has grown in such a short time, but I'm not in the mood for warnings and doubts. Snow, look! I pick up a piece of the palest mint green on the beach and hold it up triumphantly. Snow comes over to look. Lorelei had a necklace with one on it. Do you remember? Crouching down, Snow writes Seaglass in the sand with her fingers. We can use it to make pictures on your light box. Snow has a light box to make art. We brought it with us. It's supposed to help her express herself. Come on, let's search for other bits. It's a brilliant idea, if I say so myself, and I'm thrilled to see Snow excited about searching. We look among the stones and pebbles, finding a wobbly blue piece and the brown lip of a bottle, but it's not enough. The fog is creeping towards us, but we're still all right, and it's such a good idea. I can't let it go just yet. Maybe it will make Mam smile. You carry on here and I'll check over there. I hop from stone to cross the stream through no man's land. Snow starts following me immediately. I raise my voice. Stay on that side. Why don't you listen for once? She pouts, but I just ignore her. She'll be all right for 10 minutes. She has Sherlock with her for protection. Climbing over the first lot of rocks isn't too simple. They are covered in beards of slimy seaweed, and I'm trying not to step on mussel shells and sea snails because they are still alive and they deserve a chance like everything else. I hoped I'd find lots of sea glass here, but there are just large rounded pebbles and piles of flotsam and jetsam. If I ever decide to collect rubber gloves, rope, bits of net, broken lighters, cans, fish hooks, straws or plastic bottles, this will be where I'll come. Oyster catchers squabble in the distance and the fog is like a shimmering wall of white. It's gathered incredibly quickly, and suddenly it's so close I can almost touch it. I imagine what it would feel like to wear it as a cloak. There's something so magical about the way the world has spun it from thin air. If only I could lose myself in it. Taking on the challenge of another set of rocks, I convince myself it's fine to leave my little sister alone on a beach where we're not allowed to be in the first place, with a fog coming in. She'll be okay if I'm really quick. It's not fair that I have to look after her all the time. Dark thoughts scuttle around my brain like full-bodied spiders. I just need one piece of sea glass and then I'll turn around. I won't leave her alone for long. I can hear Sherlock, but when I look back, I can't see them anymore. That part of the beach has been engulfed in white too. And finally, a frosted ice aqua gem peeks up from the sand. I pick it up as if I've just won the game of life. Smiling with relief, I start back. So all of that came from finding a piece of sea glass on a beach. So the activity I'm going to ask you to do is to go out for a walk somewhere you like, and see what you can find. Have a look if there's anything you can pick up or anything that you can take a photograph of that you can remember in your head that will start a story. So for sea glass, finding an actual piece of sea glass on a foggy beach started my story, and that turned into a ghost story because of the weather conditions and all of the kind of spookiness going on around me. It was half term October and there was hardly anybody on the beach, and I thought, oh, that was so much fun to write about, and there really was a fog and you couldn't see anything. I also used this to inspire a story. This the one that I'm writing at the moment. This is honesty. This is a kind of flower, and once it stopped flowering, it turns into these seeds. They're huge seeds, and people used to paint pictures on them. It's a bit of a random fact there, and save them. But this is a flower, so I'm writing something about honesty. So what I'd like you to do is go out, have a look what you can find, have a look at flowers, trees, have a look in the air, what kind of birds can you see, have a look at the animals that might be about, have a look at the landscapes, the hills, the waterfalls, the mountains. See if you can find little bits, even if you just get a little piece of grass or you get a photograph of something unusual, and see if you can use that story and add in lots and lots of the nature that might be around there. Now the weather might have an effect on your story. So for instance, with Seaglass, it was a foggy day, and a foggy day always makes me think of a ghost story. I also found this boot. This is very rusty, washed up old Victorian boot that made me start writing a story set in Cardiff. My Victorian story, Gaslight, is actually falling apart as I'm holding it. But that was what gave me the inspiration for that. So sometimes just putting things together might help you. Different items. This started another story. I found this bird skull on the beach. I didn't want to write another beach story, so I used this bird skull and I wrote a story set near a waterfall, which is about witches. And it was a very, very hot summer, so there were a lot of birds who were out looking for water, so they were more obviously around and you could see them more easily. That was what I used to start Wild. So yeah, go on a nature walk, see what you can find, have a look around you, look up high, look down low, look for details, and see if you can find one interesting object that will start off a story for you. Good luck! I hope you enjoy it. Bye!